What's it like to be in any kind of situation on planet Earth and still be okay? Well, it looks like a person that is focused on the one that overcame the whole world. Jesus said, "Take heart, in this world you will have trouble, but don't worry, I have overcome the whole world." If He is the author and the finisher of your faith, if He is the man that has overcome, conquered this world, and He told you that you are more than a conqueror through Him, and He is the keys and the solutions to life because He holds the keys to death and hell. If He has all power and all authority on planet Earth and in heaven, if all authority was given to Him, and every knee and every tongue is going to confess that Jesus is Lord, if Jesus is the one that could cause everything to happen or not happen because of all authority, then understand that Jesus Christ is the man, right? That you're supposed to fix your eyes on. So many people are fixing their eyes. And when I say their eyes, I mean their minds. You see, as a man thinks, so is he. And that goes for the women. Um, if you think, right, you're seeing whatever you're thinking. So if you think about a Big Mac and fries, you're seeing it. You're seeing the Big Mac and you're seeing the fries. If you think about a person, like a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a spouse or whatever, you're seeing them. But the problem with that is this, right? If you have a situation, if you have a circumstance, if you have something that's a Goliath, if you have a problem, a mountain, it could be a sickness, it could be whatever. There's a saying, a parable that says, "Whatever you feed grows, and whatever you starve dies." The revelation, the wisdom, the understanding, and the nugget that I wanted to share with you is this: whatever you feed grows, and whatever you starve dies. Whatever you watch and whatever you think about, you essentially it's growing. It's growing. That's why you can take any negative thing and blow it up to be a thing that people have panic attacks over, all because they're meditating on it. And then often it doesn't ever even happen in real life. It's just all in the mind. It's in your imagination of what's going to happen and this and that. We often overreact to a small circumstance because we thought about it so much that by the time we got before the circumstance, we overreacted. And people were like left like, okay, it wasn't that big of a deal, but you thought about it so much that you made it humongous. So whatever you think about, you know, let it be something positive so that it could grow. But I'll take it one step further. If you think about Jesus Christ 24/7, at least you try to, at least, because you gotta navigate your thinking patterns into, you're gonna have thoughts and avenues, thinking about chores, thinking about what you gotta do in the day, etc. But as a projection, if Jesus Christ is highlighted in your mind as the source of everything, then Jesus Christ is growing in you because you're feeding Him. Because whatever you feed grows, and whatever you starve dies. Whatever you neglect, whatever you deny access to, whatever you ignore, it starts to lose its meaning in your life. So that's how you break habits. You don't pay attention to it, you ignore it, and then before you know it, you don't even want it anymore. You're like, yeah, I don't care for it. But when you think about it and you rationalize it, you feed it, and you want to do it. So help yourself out. Destroy the works of the devil in your life by ushering out the things that he wants you to think about. Things that don't produce any life in you. Social media, TikTok, and all this other stuff doesn't nourish you in any kind of way, form, or shape. If you want to live successful and victorious, it's a good idea for you to feed yourself the things that the champions do. And so, with that lifestyle comes discipline. And discipline is to focus and concentrate without deviating on the things that you want to grow in. And so, you want passion for something, you look up different avenues in that subject, different resources in that subject to learn more about it, to gather up more information and more passion for that. If you want to work out, as an example, you can look up different forms of workouts, different forms of growing muscles, different ways of eating, to so many different things, information out there to grow and expand and just become a person that goes and chases after their God-given dream. For me, it's Jesus Christ. I wish that everybody would choose Jesus Christ too. I wish, because I understand that he's the one that sets people free, and in him lies the ingredients to life. You know, a chef has many ingredients, and they use the ingredients to season the foods, and the food in the end will taste good. If you, Jesus Christ has all the ingredients in him that make us feel on the inside fulfilled and satisfied. He is enough, but people don't think so. Some people don't think so. Some people think that they need so many more other things plus Jesus to be fulfilled, and really it's just Jesus, because it's relationship. And so many people are lonely and depressed and isolators. So many people are living in negativity and darkness and in curses. So many people are living in hell. So many people are giving their affection to the wrong people, or drugs, or clubs, or parties, or groups of people. And in the end, the return is taking. It's not giving. Like, in other words, those things that you give, they don't do nothing to give back. They just take, 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 take. It's like a tick that sucks the blood out of you. So as you give your energy and your best qualities away to these vortexes that just suck and drain everything out of you, and they don't give you anything in return but maybe just a little pleasure, maybe just a little nitpick bit of something that resembles identity, but it's not your identity. People stick around for something as cheap as that, when in Jesus Christ alone, if you got to know him, he would touch the innermost parts of your heart and start to make you a person of value, a person of wisdom and understanding. Your eyes will be opened, your ears will be open, your mind will be restored, your value, your identity, so many things. He's a giver. And so many things out there are takers. Jesus is a giver. And it's one of those things that if people valued themselves, if they cared about themselves, if they loved themselves, they would look for Jesus. Because that's the best thing they could ever do for themselves. It's the best thing they could do for their own soul, right? And just everything about them is like calling out for Jesus, and it's crying out, but they're going to other places like liquor stores for a yearning inside of the soul that says, I want Jesus. They're saying, I'll give you vodka. And then your soul screams out, I want Jesus. Well, let's go to the billiards and let's play some pool, or let's smoke some weed. And the soul is screaming out, I need Jesus, I want Jesus. And they'll just do anything, sex, and hang out with this person. And then in the end, when they go back home and they're in the room and they feel alone and scared, they pray. And then when they pray, they feel this comfort. Right? That's why they pray. Because they feel comfort when they pray. Like God is listening, and God is watching, and God cares. You're right. He cares. He is listening, and He is watching. And so just imagine if that comfort that one gets from God when they just make a simple little prayer and they're in trouble and God comes through. Imagine if that was your whole life. Your whole life was dedicated to that right there, where He comes in and He has your life. He takes over. Imagine how fulfilled you would be, satisfied you would be. Some people say that's a scary thing, but they're willing to give themselves over to social media. They're willing to give themselves over to anything and everything. I can say a long list of things. And it's like they're giving themselves away to those things anyways. Why not give it to God? For at least with God you have a reward. You have a recompense. He gives back to you. With these other things, all they do is take. So, I wish that you would, as the bullseye, focus in on Jesus Christ and live with Him, abide with Him, in Him and through Him, and live life as He's walking with you, you're walking with Him. He's your best friend. I mean, that is life. And then it doesn't really matter what happens in life. He's with you. Doesn't matter what happens. Doesn't matter. He's with you. So whatever the circumstance is, God has overcome the world. Whatever it is, that thing has to bow to Jesus.
Tremendo ring ya le metieron.